Hello everyone and welcome back to video lecture 2 for chapter number 5. Now in this video we will learn about organizing data. We have already learned about what is a data and its pictorial representation. Now we'll be studying about organizing data. So first of all, what is raw data? Usually data available to us is in an unorganized form. To draw meaningful inferences, we need to organize the data systematically. Example, a group of students was asked for their favorite subject. The results were as listed below. Art, mathematics, science, English, mathematics, art, English, mathematics, English, art, science, science, mathematics, art, English, art, science, mathematics, science, art. So see, in this example, this data given to us is in a very raw form. Raw form as such because it is very unorganized. And whenever we have to draw some meaningful inferences from the data provided to us, we need to organize the data systematically. We have to organize the data systematically. So this is an example of a raw data because this is given in a very unorganized form. We asked some students about their favorite subject and these were their replies. So this is a very raw data and organized data. Now we come towards frequency distribution. So results were all these. These were all the subjects that were the favorite of some of the students that we asked. Now we have written subject, all of the subjects, art, mathematics, science, English, telemarks and the number of students. This is our frequency distribution. Now what happens in a frequency distribution? The number of tallies before each subject gives the number of students who like that particular subject. So what happens that we are going to write about the tallies and those tallies will give us the number of students who like that particular subject. This is what we call the frequency of that subject. The tallies, that is the number of students who like that particular subject, is called the frequency of that subject. What does frequency provide us? Frequency gives us the number of times that a particular entry occurs. So what is frequency? Frequency tells us the number of times that a particular entry occurs. The table made is known as frequency distribution table as it gives the number of times an entry occurs. So the table that we make is called a frequency distribution table and it gives us the number of times an entry occurs. Now we can easily answer the below question. Which is the most liked subject and the one least liked? So the most liked subject is art and the least liked subject is English. So I'll tell you how. How do we write the telemarks? See that subject art. Art is coming how many times? So how many students said that they liked art the most? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So the number of students are 7. How do we write the telemarks? 1, 2, 3, 4. For 4 we write this and for 5 we write this. Similarly, these are 5, now 6 and 7. Now for mathematics there are how many students? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 we can see from this. There are 5. So how will we writing the telemarks for 5? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. For science similarly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now we have 6. For 5 similarly 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and the 6th one will come here like this. The last one being English. How many students like English? 1, 2, 3, 4 and only 4 students. So 4 will be 4. These are the telemarks for all of these. Now this is frequency distribution and this whole is a frequency distribution table. We can easily answer now these questions that which is the most liked subject? Art is the most liked subject because we have 7 students who like arts. While which is the least liked subject? English, because we have only 4 students who like English. We are given some more questions to try. It is written that a group of students were asked to say which animal they would like the most to have as a pet. The results are given below. There were dog, cat, fish, rabbit, cow. Now we need to make a frequency distribution table for the same. Just like the previous example, now we are going to make a frequency distribution table for pet, their telemarks and the number of students who like these animals as their pet. want these animals as their pet. So first of all, for dog, just see how many people want dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 number of students who want dog as their pet. How will we write the tally marks for 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. For 4 we write these and for 5 we write this. Now cat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again 10. The same. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now we have to find for fish. So for fish, 1, 2, 3. Okay, right. Just check from here, from this dog. 1, 2 and 3. We have only 3. 1, 2 and 3. Now for rabbit, check from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 students who want rabbit as their pet. 1, 2, 3 and 4. The last one is cow. Now you can see for cow, we will begin from here. Cow, we have here 1. Only 1. We can see from all this data that is provided to us, only one student wants cow as his pet. So we'll write 1 as this. This is the frequency distribution table that we made for this example. Now we are talking about grouped frequency distribution. Example, consider the following marks out of 50 obtained in mathematics by 60 students of class 8. All these are the marks that were obtained by the 60 students of a class 8 in mathematics, and these marks are out of 50. If we make a frequency distribution table for each observation, then the table would be too long. So for convenience, make groups of observations, say 0 to 10, 10 to 20 and so on, and obtain a frequency distribution of the number of observations falling in each group. You can see that there are so many students. There are total 60 students and their marks are provided to us. Now if we start making a frequency distribution table for each of these observations, then the table would be so long because there will be 60 entries for the table. That will be too long. But if we divide this data in if we make some groups for the observations like 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on, then it will be a very easy way to represent the data, and that will be known as grouped frequency distribution. How we make it, we'll learn about it now. Now see that group frequency distribution, we have made some groups. We have written the groups as 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50 and 50 to 60, because 0 being the least marks and 60 is the highest marks because the test was of 60 marks. We will be writing tally marks here, the frequency and total. So data presented in this manner is said to be grouped, and the distribution obtained is called grouped frequency distribution. So this is what is grouped frequency distribution, when we present data in such a way that there are some groups. We present data in a grouped manner, and such a distribution is known as grouped frequency distribution. So we are given all these marks. Now we will be making a grouped frequency distribution for the same. First of all, you can see from here that each of the groups 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, what are these called? These are actually called class intervals. So these groups, we call these groups as what? We call these groups as class intervals. And we can again observe that these groups are like 0 to 10, then 10 to 20, then 20 to 30. So 10 is occurring both in classes 0 to 10 as well as in 10 to 20. That is 0 to 10 as well as 10 to 20. 10 occurs in both these classes. Similarly, 20 occurs in 10 to 20 as well as 20 to 30. But it is not possible that an observation, say 10 or 20, can belong simultaneously to two classes. We adopt the convention. What are the convention that we are going to adopt in solving this situation? That the common observation will belong to the higher class. So 10 will be belonging not to this class interval, but 10 belongs to the class interval 10 to 20 and not to 0 to 10. Because for such observation, that observation is going to belong to the higher class. Now we can solve this. Now we can solve this that we had. Now for 0 to 10 or 10 to 20, this upper limit will be contained in the next higher class. So you can see that 10 will not be here. Similarly, 0 to 10, you can see 1, 0 to 10 only we have 1, and then this 2, right? We have 2, only 2 students. We can write it as 2. Now 10 to 20, 10 will be contained here. 1, 10 to 20 we have, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 students. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now from 20 to 30, 20 will be here. 20, the mark 20, that is 20 will be contained here. So 20 to 30, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We have 21 students with marks lying in this class interval. So 21, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 and this 21. Now 30 to 40, 30 will be lying here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and we have 19 students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16, 17, 18, 19. Now from 40 to 50, 40 will be here, not 50. So you can check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 such students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Last one is 50 to 60. 50 will be here. Now you can check. For 50 to 60 you can check. We have only here one student with 50 marks. Now total, you will be adding these and then you will be seeing that is the total 60 because we need 60 because this data is of 60 students total. So see 9, 10 and this 17, 18, 19 and 20. 0, 2 will be here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have total 60. So this is a grouped frequency distribution and we have made this whole table. This is a grouped frequency distribution table. We have seen that this data will be contained in the upper, the higher class and these are known as class intervals. These are the telemarks, this is frequency and the total by adding all the frequencies together. Now what more do we need to understand about it is that in this class interval, say 10 to 20, what is 10 called? 10 is known as the lower class limit. 10 will be known as the lower class limit while 20 will be known as the upper class limit. So this the entry that is written here to the left side will be known as the lower class limit while the entry to the right side will be called the upper class limit. Observe that the difference between the upper class limit and lower class limit for each of the class interval is how much? It is equal to 10 in this case. And this difference between the upper class limit and lower class limit is called the width or the size of the class interval. So these are the class intervals like 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. The entry that is written in the left side is known as lower class limit while the entry on the right side is known as the upper class limit, and the difference between these upper class limit and lower class limit is called the width of the class interval or the size of the class interval? What do we say? We call it as the width of the class interval or the size of the class interval. Now we need to try this. We are given class interval, that is daily income in rupees, 100 to 125, 125 to 150 rupees, 150 to 175 and so on till 300 to 325. Total we are given 550 and these are the frequency, that is the number of workers. 45, 25, 55, all these and the total number of workers being 550. What is the first question asked is, what is the size of the class intervals? So size of the class intervals or width of the class intervals means the same thing. That is by subtracting the lower class limit from the upper class limit. So we can write it as 125 minus 100 and that will be what? 25 in this case. So the answer is 25 is the size or the width of the class intervals. Which class has the highest frequency? So frequency is given here. 45, 25, 55, 125, 140 and so on. We can see that 140 is the maximum number. And which is the class that is corresponding to 140 value? That is 200 to 225. So the answer for this is 200 to 225. Third question is, which class has the lowest frequency? You can check from this column. Frequency 45, 25, 55 and so on till you can check that the least number is 20 and which is the class corresponding to it? It is 300 to 325. So the answer of this part will be 300 to 325. Next question asked is, what is the upper limit of this class interval? And the class interval is 250 to 275. I've already told you that the upper limit of a class interval will be the entry that is written on the right side. What is that? The number is 275. So the upper limit for this class interval is going to be 275. The last part that is here is, which two classes have the same frequency? Now there are two such classes that are having the same frequency and we need to find these two classes. You can check that 55 here and 55. Two classes have the same frequency as 55. What are those two classes? 150 to 175. The answer will be 150 to 175 and 225 to 250. This is how we solve such grouped frequency distribution questions. This was all about this video lecture. We learned about organizing data. In the next video, we will be learning about histogram. So we'll meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye and take care.